Hello everyone and happy September. It is September 1st and of course yesterday, you bet your bottom dollar, I've already decorated for fall because as soon as September 1st hits, my mind is already in fall. I feel like it's been in fall for the past few weeks, but here we are officially, I am here. As you can clearly tell by the title, this is a YA themed reading vlog. And if you don't know, I don't read YA anymore. I started my channel like 11 years ago. That's right, it's been that long. Reading exclusively YA, that was 90% what I read. And then the year, I want to say like 2018 maybe started. I want to say that's when I really kind of shifted over into adult because I was growing up. I'm 35 now. So I read 95%, I would say actually 99% almost like adult books. But every now and then I get a little inkling, a little like thing in my brain to read YA, whether it be a sequel or something like that. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So there are two sequels in this video that I'm planning to read that are contemporary sequels that I'm really looking forward to, so I'm hoping to like, and then another YA book that I've just heard a lot of people gush about last year, so I want to see what the hype is all about. So the books I'm planning to read for this vlog, number one, we have Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter, which is actually the sequel to Better Than the Movies, and I'm 33% of the way into Nothing Like the Movies, and I am not liking it so far. I'll get into more on that later, but I love Better Than the Movies. One of my favorite YA contemporaries, like in the top 5, honestly. That's how much I love it. So, and then what the other sequel I'm planning to read is Past, Present, Future by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This is the sequel to Today, Tonight, and Tomorrow, which I love and adore. So both of these have the same premise. Both of these, the characters fell in love. I'm not going to spoil anything I tell you. They're a senior of high school, and of course the next chapter is college. What happens after that? So this is what both of these books are about. So this is the reason why I kind of thought about this vlog, and I was like, what's another YA book I've been wanting to read? Oh yeah, Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Everyone has been talking about this, comparing it to like Hunger Games, Divergent, and if I hear that, I'll read it and I'll probably like it. So there you have it. So these are my plans for hopefully the next week or week and a half. I've told you guys my reading game has been horrible this past year. It's been a lot to do with my father-in-law's health. Sadly, he did pass away a couple weeks ago, and it's still hard, but he lived an amazing life. He was 87 years old. I would love to live that long. That was amazing. And we've grieved a lot, you know, my husband especially, because it was his father. And we're still grieving, but there's also a peace that comes with that when knowing that they're in a better place and not in pain anymore. And so we're just kind of trying to reconstruct our lives, if you will, because this past year, 2024, has been solely focused on his dad and helping him, doctor's appointments, so many things. Like, it has really taken our family, like our core family, myself, my husband, and my kids, for a very tumultuous journey. It's been very hard physically, mentally, all that stuff. So it is this is kind of like a refresh, if you will, because we haven't had a so-called normal for so long. And I know a lot of people that are caregivers that have maybe an ailing parent, stuff like that. It can seem like that. And you guys know even our core family it's not like typical. We have a neurodivergent child. Our son Noah is autistic, and that presents in itself many challenges. I'm also taking care of my father, who is only 59 and has dementia. So this year it went and it exploded into hardships, and that's really translated to me reading not the best. And that's totally understandable. I'm not mad about it whatsoever. You can't help it. You really can't. So I'm hoping that the beginning of this month will kind of set a reset in our personal lives, also my reading lives and things like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent in my own life. But I mean, if you get it, you get it, you know. So either way, come with me this first week of September, and we get back into the swing of things with Noah and school and things like that, which I'm looking forward to so much because he loves school, he loves structure. If you have an autistic kid, maybe they love structure, but my son truly craves it and desires structure so much. He is definitely my child. But yeah, I'll let you know my updates when I have something to update you with. everyone. It is Monday, Labor Day. I want to do a quick update with you on my reading. So I am, let me pull actually my Kindle app to make 100% sure. I am 40% of the way through Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter, and I am not enjoying it. I really am not. So I'm sure you know that Better Than the Movies is the first book, and a lot of people's and mine's one of my favorite YA contemporaries. I love and adore it. It's great. It's like a love letter to rom-coms, and my favorite movie genre is rom-coms. Like, I love it, especially like 90s and 2000s. Like, that is my jam. So yeah, I love Better Than the Movies. This one is nothing like that, which I guess is the title, Nothing Like the Movies. So I'm sure it's not spoiling to say at the end of Better Than the Movies, our two main characters, Liz and Wes, end up together. It ends with them, you know, graduating high school and both of them kind of deciding to go to UCLA together. And the sequel, and I don't think it's spoiling anything, it's in the dust jacket, you know, whatever. It picks up kind of like 2 years later, and they are broken up, and they've been broken up for quite some time. They broke up a little bit after they started their freshman year. Wes's father sadly passed away. He dropped out of UCLA. And now 2 years later, as Liz still stayed at UCLA, she is now a junior, and he's returning back to UCLA as a freshman, and he's getting back on the baseball team again. And his whole objective for this whole book is to win her back, and she is not having that. He broke her heart. She doesn't, okay. He broke her heart. She wants nothing to do with him. And honestly, like, it's just, we also get his point of view, which I'm pretty sure we did not get in the first book. Like, I think it was just from Liz's point of view the whole time. So it's interesting getting his point of view. I don't mind it, but I feel like with Liz was such a big lover of love in the first book. She loved love. She loved rom-coms. In this second book, she does not like love whatsoever, which I get. The girl's jaded because she got her heart broken. It just doesn't feel like I'm reading the same character, like, at all. And it's just, I'm 40% of the way through. They really barely talk to each other. He really wants to win her back. She's kind of having her friend pretend to be her boyfriend so she can, like, outscape Wes because she wants nothing to do with him. We can all tell what's going to happen in the end, especially it's a YA, you get it. But I'm just not enjoying the tone of this book. I don't know. So we'll have to see how I feel about it. I'm hoping to finish it here by tomorrow. That would be great. I think I'm slogging my way through it because I'm just not enjoying it whatsoever because of all that. But, okay, sorry. Maybe there will be some huge redemption part in the book. I'm not quite sure. But either way, it's just going. That's all I'll say. So there you go. Hello everybody, it is Tuesday, and I am so happy to report that I have officially finished the first book for this vlog, Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. No, I don't see why this book needed to be written. I can see why she wrote it, because she knew it was going to make money. She knew it was, I mean, maybe not her, the publisher, you know. I don't know the logistics, and I'm not blaming anybody, or, you know what I'm saying. But I could see why it was written, or why it was made, because it was going to be big, because Better Than Movies really blew up, especially these past couple years on Book Talk and Bookstagram and all that stuff. So they were probably like, why not do Liz and Wes again? And I can understand that, because even myself, I was like, yes, I would love to read that. And I was really excited for it, and I was let down. You didn't really need this particular story. I told you guys that it was about them and their first year in college, and they break up, and then it picks up 2 years later. He comes back, and he's trying to win her back. And it was just okay. It didn't really, I think, make them more finite as a couple. Yes, you got to see Wes's struggles, and you got to see his point of view, which I did like. Almost felt like I was reading like two different characters from the first book. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I just did not enjoy it. It just wasn't it for me, and I don't see a real need for it. So I'd say if you are a huge fan of Better Than the Movies and you can't get enough of Liz and Wes, you're like, I want more. I don't know if I would recommend this one, because I came out of it the very last 10%. I was like, oh, this is really cute, really adorable. That took a long time to get there, you know? Okay. Oh, I would give it a 3 out of 5. That would be a low 3 for me. It was just, as the kids say nowadays, mid. It wasn't it for me. So it's gonna be interesting because my next read is kind of the same vein as Nothing Like the Movies. I don't know. I have a hairstylist tonight. Past, Present, Future is the sequel to Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, which again is a YA contemporary, and again it's set in their first year of college as Rowan and Blair kind of became a couple at the end of the first book, and you get to see their journey throughout the first year of college. So it's going to be interesting to see if this one as well needed to be written, because I love Today, Tonight, Tomorrow. It's an underrated one. I feel like everyone talks about better than movies, but Today, Tonight, Tomorrow is a great one that I love. So I want to see and kind of compare it to Nothing Like the Movies. I want to see if like both of these should probably not have been released, or maybe this one will do it right, maybe the other one won't. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the general feelings that I'm going for. So yeah, we'll have to see. This is what I'm starting next because I really want to see how it compares to Nothing Like the Movies as far as sequels and college and all that stuff goes. Before I go, as my hairdresser, I do want to point out, you guys know I love my typical wardrobe is always a graphic t-shirt and leggings, and that is what I live in most of the time. So today is a new one. I only have 2 new ones this week. I've done my plethora of t-shirt shopping for the season, so I'm done. But this is one I found on Old Navy when I was doing my son's back to school clothing, and I just was like, I have to have it. It says, okay, thank you, Ghouls Night Out. As you can see, it's a bunch of lady skeletons hitting the dance floor, having the time of their lives, and I love it. I also just found these today. They're little pumpkins. They came in like a 3-pack from Sugar Fix at Target, and I was like, I'm just making more seasonal. In fact, when I was going to pick up my son from school today, another parent was there that I'm good friends with, because that's how it goes when you have kids in special needs classes. You become like a tight clique. He's like, wow, you're really being seasonal today, huh? You're really getting to the Halloween spirit. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I need to chill out. It's September 3rd. But I won't. But either way, 1 book down. Let's hope this one has some redemption, because the other one, it did not. I truly wish I looked better, but it's a hair wash day, so I'm gonna have to wash my hair here soon. So this is what it looks like when I'm a hot mess, but I'm usually a hot mess. So either way, this is a very quick update because I am literally only 3 chapters of the way into, maybe not even 3 chapters, maybe only 2. Yeah, only 2. I'm at a whopping like 30 pages in to Past, Present, Future. I can tell you already. I can tell you already right now, though, I'm already enjoying the tone much more than this one. I know that they're going to have separate lives because Rowan is going to Boston for school and Neil is going to New York, so it's about their whole year apart, but trying to do long distance. So I think it's going to be a different tonally than Nothing Like the Movie, so I'm liking it so far. But then again, I'm only 30 pages in, so there's my update. I'm trying to be more like conscious with updating, even though I haven't read much. I still want to update. This is the other new shirt I bought. It says Autism Mama, because if you don't know, my son is autistic. It says, often stressed, little bit of a mess, totally blessed. And that is exactly the, that is exactly probably my life's motto, because I am always stressed and I'm always a bit of a mess, but I am blessed. So I have to rep this, and I try to wear this one out in public so people know and maybe won't stare at my kid. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Either way, that's my update for today. Maybe I'll read some more tonight. I really hope so. Today's been an off day. That's okay. We are in the first week of school, so it happens. I'll update you tomorrow with hopefully cleaner hair and more reading progress. Hello everyone, it is Thursday, and I do want to say I'm officially halfway through Past, Present, Future by Rachel and Solomon. Sorry, that's my daughter. It is tonally and just everything different than Nothing Like the Movies. It's more what I was expecting when it came to a college relationship with long distance. Well, I guess it wasn't long distance for Liz and Wes and Nothing Like the Movies, but it was just very different, you know? This one does, I mean, Rowan asked the question, like, was our happily ever after when we first like got together and we became, you know, not enemies to lovers anymore? Was that like it, the end? And it's kind of like, does this book need to be written, you know? But I am enjoying it. Like, do I think it needed to be written? Not really. I was really happy and finite with the chapter of Rowan and Neil at the end of the first book, but I'm actually really enjoying seeing both of them start new college lives, him in New York, her in Boston, and really struggling with making friends while also trying to be truly devoted to each other because they're only 18 and they have a lot of life left to live and they love each other. They want to be together, but it's hard, you know? I really am enjoying it. I could definitely see this being a 4, maybe 5 stars. I don't know quite yet. I'm thinking probably more of a 4, but yeah, this one's vastly different than Nothing Like the Movies, and I'm okay with that. So that's the only like real report, I guess you could say, I have. I'm hoping to finish this by, I want to say Saturday. That would be a good day to finish it on. I would really like to. I would like to say tomorrow, but I just really don't think that's possible for me. I'm still getting back into my groove of reading since my son went back to school and things have a little settled down, you know, with my father-in-law and things like that. So I'm trying to get back to the groove. So yeah, I'm liking it. And I guess that's all I have to say. My shirt today is one I've worn many times. It says my weekend is all booked. It's Belle reading, and it is me. Belle's my favorite because of her love of books. I think a lot of us can attest to that. But either way, I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe by some grand scheme, I will have finished this. That's like maybe, a big old maybe. Hello, sorry for the horrible lighting, but I do want to update you. I finished Past, Present, Future by Rachel Lynn Solomon, obviously, and so I have some thoughts. Overall, I would give this a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. I think it was definitely better than Nothing Like the Movies. Again, the argument can be made of, were these 2 books, sequels to YA contemporaries, necessary? And I would say no, we didn't need them. It's nice to have them, sure, to get a really finite closure on these characters, but I think the joy of YA contemporary is just kind of shutting the book on Happy Ever After and hoping for the best, you know? Sometimes I don't think we need to rehash things, but sometimes I do think, you know, it's hard, I guess, thing you could say. Some people, I will say, I feel like this one really focused more on Neil and the first book focused truly on Rowan. I can't remember if the first book was dual POV. I honestly can't remember, but I remember it being more about Rowan. And this one really focuses on Neil and his relationship he has with his father and how it's affected him and his mental health. This book really talks about mental health, which is great. It also talks about long distance college relationships. Can they last? Each one's different. It was about them trying to find each of their own lives while still being in love with each other and wanting to be with each other. So this one really focused, I think, a lot on that. And I think Nothing Like the Movies really was like a second chance romance that I just didn't really care about. I don't know. I don't know if either of these should have been made, you know what I mean? But I will say this is better of the 2. I will say that. I do like the way it finished Rowan and Neil's story. You get to see a really finite thing. Even the epilogue's like 3 years later, so it really shows you exactly how it ends. And it was beautiful. I really do like their love story, and yeah, I liked it. 4 out of 5. I'm just, you know, I'm still bummed about Nothing Like the Movies. I do have, where's that? Oh, I did literally just start Powerless. I am like maybe 5 pages in. If I'm honest with you, I'm not feeling a really big draw to read it, but I want to, you know, I just want to see what all the hype's about. So I'm going to really try. That's a physical book I'm reading. I always have to have an ebook because that is just how I am. So this is not YA, so it doesn't go on the end of this vlog, but you know what? I'm a mood reader. We just kind of go with the flow. I have started Primetime Romance by Kate Robb. This is the author of This Spells Love, which I read last year, loved. Nobody talks about it. This one I'm excited for. And I will say, as soon as I started this book, because I do have it on ebook, the dedication, it says, "To Joshua Jackson and whoever knit him that damn sweater." Yes! If you don't know, she has to be talking about Joshua Jackson, specifically the Pacey Witter era from Dawson's Creek, because this whole book is kind of like a Dawson's Creek thing, which Dawson's Creek was not my favorite show back in the day. It was Buffy, and I was a big WB girl. I liked Buffy, I liked Dawson's Creek, I liked Angel. I never got into Charmed, never got into Seventh Heaven. I never got into One Tree Hill, which is a little bit later. I did watch Everwood a lot when I was younger as well. And I can't think of any other shows, but I was definitely the WB era. Like, the WB was it for me. But anyway, I love Dawson's Creek strictly, and I think a lot of us do, strictly because of Pacey Witter. Joshua Jackson was made for that role, and he wore this amazing sweater in the intro and his other stuff. It's just, ugh. So I love that dedication so much, and it makes me like want to love this book so much, because if anybody loves Pacey Witter out there, like, I am here for it and I am ready. So yeah, this is going off kind of the theme of the vlog, but you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. I read whatever I feel like nowadays. So sorry for the lighting. Like I said, it's raining. So I will let you go. My shirt today is a typical Halloween shirt. Got it from Old Navy. I think I've already showed you this one. It's just a bunch of skeletons dressed up like a ghost, a witch, a pumpkin, and a mummy. You know, what's more to love? I love black shirts. But yeah, I'm gonna go. It's been officially a week since I started this vlog, and I'm ending it. So I told you guys a couple days ago I was starting Powerless. I just really haven't gotten that much into it, and I don't think it's like, I'm not DNFing or anything. I'm just not feeling it right now. I think since I read 2 YA books, I am kind of ready to go back into adult. And I think if I push myself to read Powerless right now, I would put myself in a slump. Do you get what I'm saying? It makes probably no sense to you. It makes sense to me. I've learned, especially this year, these past few months in particular, not to push myself when it comes to reading. If I push myself, it just puts me in a bigger slump. So yeah, I'm gonna read Powerless, just not right now. Maybe next week, maybe next month. I will read it. I was like on chapter 2, so yay. But anyway, I did read these 2 books. Well, imagine this is a sequel, okay? This whole video is about, were these 2 books really necessary? And to me, I'm gonna say no on both. I did enjoy this one for sure more than this one. Pretend it's the book, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't see a true necessity for them, if you get what I'm saying. So first of all, nothing like the movies. It was nothing like the first book. I did not enjoy it. Didn't like the way the characters progressed. I did like how it ended and how it all came to be, but I don't like how it got there. It was messy. But I get that's how life is. Life is messy. There's no finite line to get to life, you know, from A to B. It's like a huge tunnel maze. But I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy Liz. I did enjoy hearing Wes's point of view, but it just wasn't the same feelings for me as Better Than Movies. And I have to say, honestly, the quotes at the beginning of each chapter for them were not that good, because I think she just used all of the really good ones in Better Than the Movies. There was like 10 Things I Hate About You in this one, and When Harry Met Sally, You've Got Mail. And in the new one, she had stuff from like Step It Up and other movies that I wouldn't really classify as rom-com. But it just, I don't know. I really don't think that one was worth it, and I think it was because it was made because of probably the fans, which I get. Maybe I'm alone in thinking it wasn't that awesome, but I don't know. Now, Past, Present, Future, I did enjoy. I think it was a great story. It really showed a year of a college relationship, a long distance one. We got to see more of Neil's point of view, which I enjoyed, but again, I don't think it was necessary. I was happy with the way both of the first books ended. I was happy. I could imagine how things went, and that was okay with me. So again, I guess the takeaway from this whole video is I don't think these 2 books were necessary. I enjoyed them. I had an okay time reading them, but I just don't think they're necessary. So again, that could be me. If you've read either of these, let me know your thoughts and feelings, whether you agree with me or not, because maybe I'm in the minority here. I don't know. So I'm gonna go and try to get back into my reading swing, I guess you could say. I still am reading Primetime Romance, like I told you guys, and I am enjoying it. I'm on like chapter 5, so I think that's gonna be an easy read for me to get me back into the flow of some other genres. So yeah, I enjoyed this vlog. I enjoyed reading YA, and I enjoyed really trying to figure out, you know, if these sequels were necessary. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I plan to do another reading vlog very soon, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I always have grand hopes for my vlogs, as I always say. But either way, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.